The desire to improve oneself cannot be fulfilled in isolation. It must be connected to a greater purpose. Improvement is not about being better for the sake of being better. It's about aligning your actions with something meaningful, something that transcends personal gain. When your desire for improvement is rooted in purpose, it becomes more than just a goal. It becomes a driving force, a source of motivation that fuels you through difficult times. Because purpose is the compass that guides you on your journey of self-improvement. Without it, your efforts may feel aimless, and your progress may seem shallow or unfulfilling. Have you ever set a goal that seemed important at first, only to lose interest halfway through? Or perhaps you achieved something, only to feel an emptiness afterward, as if it wasn't as meaningful as you thought it would be. That's the danger of pursuing improvement without a clear sense of purpose. So, without purpose, improvement becomes a pursuit of external markers, like wealth, status, or approval, that don't provide lasting satisfaction. When you tie your desire for improvement to a deeper sense of purpose, everything changes. Suddenly, every step forward, every challenge faced, and every failure encountered carries significance. Purpose transforms the mundane into the meaningful. It makes the journey toward self-improvement not just worthwhile, but essential. It aligns your personal growth with something bigger than yourself, whether it's your family, your community, your passions, or a cause you believe in. When your efforts serve a higher purpose, the energy you invest feels more fulfilling because it's grounded in something real. Purpose gives your desire for improvement direction. Think of it as the destination on a map. You can wander aimlessly, moving in different directions, but without a clear idea of where you want to go, you will never know when you've arrived. On the other hand, when you know your purpose, you can navigate challenges and setbacks with confidence. Even when you face obstacles, your sense of purpose helps you see them as part of the process, not as reasons to quit. It helps you reframe difficulties as opportunities to strengthen your resolve and continue moving forward. Moreover, purpose connects your personal improvement to the well-being of others. When your improvement serves a higher cause, it benefits more than just yourself. It creates a ripple effect, inspiring those around you and contributing to the collective good. Take a moment to think about the people in your life, whether it's a mentor, a leader, or a friend, who have inspired you. What made them stand out? Was it their achievements alone, or was it the way their improvement served others? People who are driven by purpose don't just improve themselves, they lift others along the way. This collective aspect of improvement makes the journey even more worthwhile, as it brings a sense of connection and shared growth. In the last 10 years, we've seen this process take on more meaning besides a guarantee of graduation compensation or guaranteed work. Purpose also helps you navigate the inevitable struggles and setbacks that come with the pursuit of improvement. When things get tough, and they inevitably will, having a clear purpose gives you the strength to keep going. Without purpose, setbacks can feel like insurmountable barriers. But with purpose, challenges become part of the process, and overcoming them becomes an integral part of fulfilling your larger mission. Purpose acts as an anchor in times of doubt. It reminds you that your struggle is not in vain, and that every effort you make brings you one step closer to something truly meaningful. Another aspect of purpose-driven improvement is the deep sense of fulfillment that comes with it. When your personal growth is aligned with something you deeply care about, the process itself becomes rewarding. It's no longer about achieving a superficial goal or checking off items on a list. It's about making a difference. This sense of fulfillment is what drives true happiness. The temporary satisfaction of external accomplishments fades, but the deep satisfaction of knowing that your improvement has a meaningful purpose lasts. This is the difference between fleeting success and lasting fulfillment. Purpose also brings clarity and focus to your efforts. Without purpose, the desire for improvement can become fragmented, scattered in many directions, and difficult to sustain. You may find yourself chasing after one goal, then abandoning it for another and another, without ever fully committing to any of them. But when your desire for improvement is connected to a clear purpose, your energy becomes focused and intentional. You know why you're doing what you're doing, and that clarity helps you make decisions and prioritize your actions. In addition, purpose-driven improvement fosters resilience. It enables you to bounce back from failure with greater strength. When your efforts are tied to something that matters to you deeply, setbacks become part of the learning process rather than signs of defeat. The motivation that comes from pursuing a higher purpose is not easily shaken by failure or disappointment. It helps you stay committed to the journey, no matter how difficult it may seem. In conclusion, the desire to improve is not an end in itself. It is the means to fulfill a deeper, more meaningful purpose. Purpose gives direction to your improvement, connects your personal growth to something larger than yourself, and provides the strength to endure through challenges. It transforms the pursuit of self-improvement into a journey of fulfillment, not just achievement. When your desire for improvement is anchored in purpose, it becomes a driving force that propels you toward greatness, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of those around you. Purpose is the heart of meaningful improvement. It's what gives your journey significance, depth, and lasting impact. Improvement is not just about envisioning a better version of yourself, it's about the steps you take to make that vision a reality. Desire alone is not enough to bring about change. It's easy to feel motivated, to get excited about the idea of growth, but without consistent effort and accountability, that motivation will eventually fade. Action is what transforms dreams into reality. It's through action that you create tangible results, and it's through accountability that you ensure those results are sustained. Consistency is the bedrock of progress. It's easy to commit to change when you feel inspired or when things are going well. But what separates those who make lasting improvements from those who falter is their ability to continue showing up even when the initial excitement fades. Consistent effort, even when it's small or incremental, compounds over time, leading to significant transformation. The key is to recognize that progress doesn't always come in leaps and bounds. Sometimes it's about taking small, deliberate steps forward, day after day. The challenge is to keep going when the immediate rewards aren't visible, to trust that the effort will pay off in the long run. In many ways, improvement is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires stamina, patience, and a long-term commitment. It's about setting your course and sticking to it even when obstacles arise or progress seems slow. This is where the real work happens, during those moments when you feel like giving up, when the path forward seems unclear, and when the payoff feels distant. It's in these moments that your dedication to improvement is truly tested. The individuals who achieve lasting success are those who don't quit during the tough times. They understand that challenges are not signs to turn back, but opportunities to deepen their commitment to their goals. Success isn't lack of success, or failure isn't lack of achievement. Success isn't, but consistency alone is not enough. Without accountability, it's easy to let your efforts slide. Accountability is the external force that ensures you stay on track. It's the mechanism that keeps you honest with yourself and prevents you from falling into complacency. We all know how easy it is to slip into bad habits or to rationalize why we can't do something today. That's where accountability comes in. It creates a system of checks and balances that forces you to take ownership of your actions. When you're accountable to someone or something, you have a reason to follow through, even when you don't feel like it. Accountability works in many forms. It could be a mentor who checks in with you regularly, a friend who holds you to your commitments, or a group that supports and challenges you. The important thing is that someone or something holds you responsible for your actions. This external structure not only encourages you to keep going, but also provides valuable feedback along the way. Feedback is crucial because it helps you assess whether you're on the right track. It gives you the opportunity to adjust your course when needed, preventing you from veering too far off your intended path. However, accountability isn't just about external forces. It also involves personal responsibility. It's about taking ownership of your own progress and acknowledging when you're not doing what you said you would do. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or lack of resources for not meeting your goals. But true growth comes when you stop pointing fingers and start taking responsibility for your actions, or lack thereof. When you hold yourself accountable, you empower yourself to make the changes necessary for improvement. Moreover, accountability helps reinforce commitment. The act of reporting your progress to someone else, or even just to yourself, reinforces the importance of your goals. It makes the process more tangible and keeps you engaged. When you know someone is counting on you, or when you have made a public commitment, you're less likely to give up or let excuses take over. This external motivation can make all the difference, especially during the tough moments when your internal drive wanes. It's important to remember that accountability is not just about punishment or judgment. It's about support and encouragement. The right kind of accountability partners help you stay motivated even when things get difficult. They offer constructive feedback, remind you of your strengths, and help you navigate the challenges that arise along the way. The people who hold you accountable should be those who genuinely care about your growth and are invested in your success. No, ultimately, the combination of consistent action and accountability creates a powerful engine for growth. Without one, the other falls short. Consistent action, without accountability, can lead to complacency or a lack of focus, while accountability without consistent effort can result in unmet expectations and frustration. Together, they form the dynamic duo that drives meaningful change. The journey of self-improvement requires that you take initiative every single day, requires you to step out of your comfort zone, to push through resistance, and to remain committed even when the going gets tough. It requires action, and it requires accountability, not just from others, but from yourself. When you commit to this process, when you take ownership of your growth and follow through on your commitments, you position yourself for success. The effort you put in today will determine the progress you make tomorrow. It's not enough to simply wish for improvement. It's about actively working toward it, day in and day out, and holding yourself accountable every step of the way. The foundation of the desire to get better lies in an essential aspect of human existence: self-awarenesses. To embark on a path of self-improvement, you first need to recognize where you stand. Self-awareness is not just a concept. It is a mirror that reflects your true capabilities, limitations, and potential. Without this fundamental understanding, any attempt to improve is like trying to navigate a vast ocean without a map. It's essential to understand that self-awareness isn't just about identifying strengths, but more importantly, it's about facing weaknesses head-on. When you acknowledge your limitations, you're not condemning yourself, you're providing the fertile ground for growth. It's easy to be content in ignorance, to believe that everything is fine as it is, but the moment you realize that you have room for improvement, that moment is a doorway to transformation. Many people avoid this self-reflection because it can be uncomfortable. Confronting our flaws is never easy, but it's the only way to grow. Growth does not happen in the realm of comfort. It occurs at the edges of discomfort. By becoming aware of where you fall short, you open the door to change. Self-awareness allows you to pinpoint areas where improvement is not only possible but necessary. It's like a map that guides you, showing the paths you've already walked and the trails yet to be explored. Without this knowledge, you cannot expect to make meaningful progress. But when you understand where you are, you can chart a course for where you want to go. This awareness doesn't mean that you are less valuable or incapable. Instead, it signifies a deep understanding of your own human potential. It is recognizing that being imperfect is part of being human, and it is through these imperfections that we become better versions of ourselves. The challenge here is that self-awareness demands honesty. You cannot improve if you're not truthful with yourself. Denial or sugarcoating your faults only serves to delay growth. It requires you to see yourself as you truly are, not through the lens of what others think of you, but through an honest reflection of your inner self. It's about being brutally honest with where you've gone wrong and having the courage to correct your course. That's the real starting point for meaningful improvement. Without this clarity, any effort to improve becomes aimless. Moreover, self-awareness involves an understanding of your values and motivations. What drives you? What do you truly care about? Knowing what matters to you at your core provides direction for your improvements. If you're simply trying to improve because of external pressure or because it seems like what you should do, the desire may not be strong enough to carry you through the tough times. But if your improvement is rooted in a clear understanding of your personal goals and values, that becomes a powerful motivator that can drive you even when the going gets tough. This self-awareness also influences the way we view others. When you become aware of your own strengths and weaknesses, you begin to develop empathy for others' struggles. You recognize that everyone has their own battles, their own areas where they need to grow. This empathy becomes a driving force in developing relationships and communities that support collective improvement. The desire to get better is not just about individual progress. It's about understanding how that progress contributes to the well-being of the people around you. It creates a ripple effect of growth, where the desire to improve yourself inspires others to do the same. We all want to get healthier. Recognizing your current state and limitations doesn't mean you are destined to stay there. On the contrary, self-awareness is a catalyst for change. When you clearly see where you are, you can map out the steps to move forward. Growth begins with this awareness because it gives you the permission to begin, the foundation upon which all other efforts are built. In essence, the desire to get better starts with the courage to be vulnerable with yourself. It begins when you stop pretending to be someone you're not and start facing the truth of who you are. This act of self-awareness is the most important step in your journey toward improvement because it lays the groundwork for everything that follows. Struggle is often misunderstood. For many, it's seen as something to avoid, something that marks failure or misfortune. But in reality, struggle is an essential component of growth. It's easy to view life's difficulties as obstacles, events, or experiences that seem to hinder progress. However, struggle, when viewed correctly, can be a powerful catalyst for growth and personal development. It is not something to shy away from, it is something to embrace because it shapes who we become. Without struggle, there is no transformation. When faced with adversity, most people instinctively resist. The instinct is to avoid pain, to seek comfort, to stay in familiar surroundings. But life, by its very nature, is full of challenges that push us outside of our comfort zones. These challenges are not random, they are purposeful. Struggles teach us lessons that comfort never will. They push us to expand our limits, to reconsider our assumptions, and to develop resilience. Think about any significant achievement in your life. More often than not, it was born out of a struggle. Maybe you had to work harder than expected, or perhaps you faced setbacks that seemed insurmountable at the time. But despite those setbacks, you learned, you became stronger, you developed new skills and deeper wisdom. The struggle didn't break you, it forged you. This is the paradox of life. It is through our hardest moments that we often experience our most profound growth. We all have different kinds of struggles, and no two paths are the same. For some, the struggle may be in the form of personal hardship, such as a loss or a health issue. For others, it may be a financial setback, a relationship crisis, or a challenge at work. Regardless of the form it takes, the struggle demands something from us. It forces us to make choices. Do we quit, or do we press forward? Do we give in to despair, or do we find a way to rise again? The key is understanding that the struggle is not the end of the story. It is just a chapter. Too often, people face difficulties and decide that this is the way things will always be. They believe that because they've hit a rough patch, they will never be able to improve or move forward. But the struggle doesn't define you, it refines you. It is through these moments of difficulty that we learn our deepest lessons. They teach us perseverance, patience, and how to adapt to changing circumstances. They force us to get creative, to think outside the box, and to challenge our previous understanding of the world. Moreover, struggle teaches us resilience. Life's challenges are often unpredictable, and they rarely follow a clear or linear path. But resilience is about how you respond when things don't go according to plan. It's about not giving up when faced with setbacks, but finding new ways to keep moving forward. Resilience is the ability to keep going even when the path is unclear, to believe that you will find a way through. When you develop resilience, you become unshakable in your pursuit of progress. Another vital aspect of struggle is the way it builds character. Struggling through life's hardships reveals your true nature. It exposes your strengths, but it also brings to light areas where you may need to grow. This awareness can be uncomfortable, but it is precisely this discomfort that makes you stronger. You learn to manage your emotions, to face your fears, and to confront your weaknesses head on. Struggle shapes your character by forcing you to act, to make decisions, and to bear responsibility for those decisions. It shows you who you truly are when life doesn't go according to plan. Yet, perhaps the greatest lesson that struggle imparts is that growth is not linear. In life, there will be setbacks. There will be times when it feels like progress is impossible, when every step forward is met with 2 steps back. But growth isn't always a straight line. Sometimes it's a winding road with many detours. Struggles teach us that progress is often messy, unpredictable, and uncertain. But the journey, with all its twists and turns, is what makes us who we are. When you shift your mindset from seeing struggle as an obstacle to seeing it as an opportunity, you unlock a tremendous potential within yourself. Instead of avoiding challenges, you start to seek them out. You start to see every difficulty as a chance to learn, to grow, and to get better. You begin to embrace discomfort because you understand that it is in the discomfort that growth happens. A person who avoids struggle will never reach their full potential because they will never experience the depth of learning that comes from facing challenges head-on. In conclusion, struggle is not the enemy, it is the ally that guides us to a better version of ourselves. It teaches us lessons we cannot learn any other way. It builds resilience, character, and the determination to keep moving forward. Life's challenges are not meant to break us. They are meant to shape us, to refine us, and to propel us to new heights. So instead of fearing struggle, welcome it. Understand that it is an essential part of your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself.